Hello, everybody. My name is Scott, and welcome to our Taxbot webinar series. I'm the Customer Experience Manager for Taxbot. Our number one goal here is to provide you with the tools and knowledge that allows you to get the most out of your tax deductions. To do this, we have created a four-part training series discussing different aspects of the Taxbot app and taxbot.com. The first one, today's session, is tracking, both auto and manual through the app. Next is expenses and banking, and then reporting, and then finally, frequently asked questions. These will be questions collected by all of you, our customers. Now, with all that, let's get into the app. Now, first one we'll talk about is the auto track. To start the auto track, all you have to do is on your Taxbot homepage, you will see the little button that says automatically track your trips. Go ahead and just tap on that, and that starts the app. Now, you're going to want to have Taxbot open in the background of your phone at all times. The way this works is Taxbot works with the motion detectors in your phone, and so it will take a geo flag at the very start of your trip. And when you start driving, it automatically starts tracking when you reach around 15 miles an hour. Once it starts tracking, it automatically goes back to that original geofence, so you don't lose any mileage whatsoever. When you stop for more than 5, 6, 7 minutes, the tracking will automatically stop as well. That way it will not drain much battery than it has to. Then, if you start up again, it starts tracking again, and so on throughout your whole day. The way it works is every time you stop, it automatically saves your trip as an unclassified trip. Now, at the end of the day, you'll see what we are seeing right here. It shows that I have 6 trips to classify. And so last night, while I was driving, it saved 6 of my trips. To classify them, all you have to do is tap on the Trips to Classify button, and it will bring up all your trips as separate little maps. In here, you have 3 different choices of what to do with your trips. First of all, you can save them as personal, which means it will take them out of your tax deductions, but you still have record of the trip. You can then delete it if you wish, or you can save it as a business trip. You can also merge more than one of your trips. In this case, I need to merge this trip just by tapping on the green dot there, and this trip. If there are more trips to merge, you would go through your entire list. Then you just tap on the merge at the top of the screen, and you can see I have brought those 2 trips together, and it adds the miles together, so it is classified as one whole trip now. Now, when you tap on Save as Business, it allows you to go through and classify and do everything you need, enter your business explanation, and then just save. And once you do that, the trip will be saved. That's all there is to it. And you can see how it has taken that trip out of my trips to classify. That is auto trip. The reason why we created this is how many times have you had started on a trip already, going to see a client or going to meetings, and realized you forgot to track your trip. This way it's always on and you won't forget those ever again. Now, the second way to automatically track your trips is the more traditional way. You notice when I turned off the auto track, the button changed to Add Trip. What you can do is just tap on Add Trip, and you can see how the map finds your location, and it gives you these different options here. In this case, let's say that you are just starting your trip. You get in your car, you start the car, you're going to want to start mileage tracking. So you just tap on mileage tracking, and it automatically, immediately starts tracking your trip. And as you drive, it's going to automatically track wherever you go. Now, once you reach your destination and you want to stop, on iPhone, my phone's an iPhone, and so you just tap on the little box with an arrow in the corner. If this were an Android, you would just have a button right now that says Stop Tracking. but you tap on the button and it brings up these options right here. Now, obviously, I want to stop, so I would just hit the stop mileage tracking, and it brings up your classification map, just like we've seen before, where you can go in, you need to put in your purpose, you can put in which business you want it to go to, and so forth. Now, for the next option, the lap option, let's say that while you were driving, you decided, hey, I'm going right by Bob's office. I need to go and talk to Bob for just a minute. Step in and say hi. You could just hit the lap start trip, and this will bring up, again, the classification menu. So you can make a notation of why you're stopping and who you're seeing and save that, but it will not start your trip over. It will just continue where you left off. The last option here is pretty self-explanatory, restart trip. You just did not want this trip at all, so you can just go ahead and restart it. So that is our automatic trip tracking. Very nice and easy, and that's all there is to it. The next option is our manual trips. And you'll see there's two different types here. First of all, the add manual mileage. When you tap on this, it gives you the ability to be able to manually add in your miles. So if you are, there's a lot of people out there that measure their trips using their odometer. And so let's say we had a trip that I know was 75 miles. You can go ahead and put in the trip, and you do not have to put in the start and ending addresses. But you can see it took the miles that I entered in. And then you can just continue and put in everything else just like you normally do. Now to get back to here, the last option is calculate mileage. When you use the calculate mileage function, you will put in a starting and then an ending address, and that will automatically give you the amount of miles. So you don't have to know how many miles you drove. And again, you would just complete it by putting in all the other information. That's all there is to tracking with Taxbot. Now, if you have any questions, we'd love to help you at our technical support desk. You can call us at 855-482-9268, or you can email us at support@taxbot.com. Our hours are 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And if you're not able to get a hold of us during those hours, please leave us a voicemail, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you so much for attending this session, and we'll see you next time.